While the world slept on Africa, Nigeria quietly created more millionaires in 5 years than most countries create in 50. You're about to discover how a generation of young Africans rewrote the rules of wealth creation, turning Lagos into the Silicon Valley of Africa, and why every African needs to understand what's happening in Nigeria right now. In 2014, when Teyo Ovioso launched Pega, most Africans couldn't even dream of sending money without walking to a bank. Fast forward to 2024, and Nigerian fintech companies are valued at over $12 billion. That's not just growth, that's a revolution disguised as progress. Here's what they don't want you to know: while traditional banks counted coins, visionary Africans built digital empires. Shola Akinlade co-founded Paystack in his Lagos apartment in 2015. 3 years later, his company processed over $1 billion in payments. By 2020, Stripe acquired Paystack for over $200 million, making Akinlade one of Africa's youngest tech billionaires. But Paystack was just the beginning. Olugbenga Agboola grew up in Ogun State, watching his mother struggle with financial exclusion. In 2016, he co-founded Flutterwave with the audacity to believe Africans deserved seamless payments. Today, Flutterwave processes over $16 billion annually across 34 African countries. Agboola's net worth: over $400 million. From Ogun State to global fintech giant, that's the power of thinking beyond limitations. While Wall Street celebrated another derivative product, Micho Elegbe was solving real problems for real Africans. His company Interswitch, founded in 2002, became the backbone of Nigeria's digital payment infrastructure. When Visa acquired a minority stake for $200 million in 2019, Elegbe's vision was validated on a global scale. But here's the beautiful part: he never left Nigeria. He built his empire from Lagos, proving that you don't need to abandon your continent to conquer the world. The numbers tell a story that should make every African proud and urgent. Nigeria's fintech sector attracted over $800 million in funding in 2023 alone. Compare that to the entire continent receiving less than $2 billion just 5 years ago. This isn't coincidence, it's concentrated genius finally getting the recognition it deserves. But here's where it gets personal for you. Every one of these success stories started with someone who looked like you, faced the same systemic barriers you know, and decided that being underestimated was actually their competitive advantage. Deo Okuju left his banking job in France to return to Lagos and build MFS Africa, now processing over $2 billion in cross-border transactions annually. He could have stayed comfortable in Europe. Instead, he came home to build something that would uplift the entire continent. This is about more than individual wealth, this is about economic sovereignty. When Africans control the financial infrastructure that moves our money, we control our economic destiny. Every transaction processed by Paystack instead of a foreign payment processor keeps wealth circulating within African hands. Every loan approved by Carbon or Fair Money creates opportunities that traditional banks would have ignored. The ripple effects are reshaping African society. These fintech pioneers aren't just accumulating wealth, they are creating ecosystems. Paystack alone has enabled over 60,000 Nigerian businesses to accept online payments. Flutterwave powers commerce for over 900,000 businesses across Africa. Each successful transaction creates jobs, enables entrepreneurship, and builds the foundation for generational wealth. While the diaspora debates returning home, these visionaries prove that you can build global companies from African soil. Sim Shagaya sold his e-commerce platform Konga and now invests in the next generation of African tech entrepreneurs. His portfolio companies are worth over $500 million, and every investment stays on the continent, creating value for African communities. The next phase is already beginning. Nigerian fintech companies are expanding across Africa, bringing financial inclusion to underbanked populations from Ghana to Kenya. This isn't just about Nigeria anymore, it's about African solutions for African challenges, scaled across 54 countries. Your generation inherited systems designed to extract wealth from Africa. But right now, in Lagos, Abuja, and tech hubs across Nigeria, young Africans are building systems designed to create and retain African wealth. The question isn't whether this fintech revolution will continue, it's whether you'll be part of it or watch from the sidelines. Every African millionaire created by this revolution represents proof that we were never the problem, the systems were. Now we're building our own systems, and the results speak louder than any colonial narrative ever could. You're not just witnessing history, you're living through Africa's greatest wealth creation event, and it's happening right now. This story doesn't end with passive observation. It ends with you understanding that the blueprint for African wealth creation is being written in real time, and your people are holding the pen. Follow Ponolens for the stories that reveal how powerful you've always been.